The Patriots go on the road and upset the Cincinnati Bengals in Week 1. It was the biggest spread. They were the biggest underdogs in Week 1 in the NFL, and they go on the road and win.
Talked about it on Friday. I said there's a chance. There's a chance they could get to 1-0, return home, and possibly start this year 2-0.
And I laughed at you.
You laughed at me.
I mocked you.
And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I apologize. I apologize for mocking you and laughing at you. That was wrong. I would do it again.
I was nervous,
but I
though.
should not have done it. I was wrong, and I apologize.
I just like the spot that they were in.
Keep going. We need like 200 more words for the website.
Oh, yeah. Keep it up.
Yeah, write this up.
So, I love the spot because it's the element of the unknown. And like I said there to Bob, we know the defense is going to be pretty good. You know, they're probably not going to be a top 3 defense, but they got a lot of guys back. The coaches were stable. They were back. But we had no clue what they were going to be on offense. I had no clue Jacoby Brissett could pick up yards with his legs. I didn't think he could do that. I didn't think he could read coverage like that. See that it's man. Duck under a guy that's getting beat on the left side. Okorafor was getting beat early. They ended up putting Vidarian Lowe in, and it got better. And the rookies played well. The young rookies up front. Robinson was killing people. And Wallace did what he had to do. Special teams are better. I'm going to try to overblow this thing, but yesterday they were the better coach team. They were in shape. They were more conditioned. And Cincinnati was not ready to go. That was a failure. Absolute failure for them. But they were still a one-score game. It was still a one-score game.
Yeah.
So you're sitting there
It's
nervous.
competitive in the fourth quarter, which is what you told me it will be all year, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be competitive.
But it was like that last year. This goes to show you how bad some of the offense was the last year and the year before. Because your defense had you in games.
I'm not sure the offense was as good as you want to make it out to be.
Well,
I hate to be so negative
what did
here,
you
but
like?
this is the direction you've
Today's
gone.
not the day. No.
I have to do this. No, I have to do this.
Tell me what was bad. The one long throw?
I'd like to start with the good.
Okay, good.
And for me, that's not the offense.
Well, they deserve that.
The offense was acceptable.
Yes.
Right? They were better than I expected. I'm going to give them that, but that's not where I start. That's not the story to me. The story to me is that the Patriots defense is as advertised against real talent yesterday. Now, the Cincinnati offensive line is problematic. Wow. They are going to ruin their franchise quarterback.
Out of shape tackles.
They need to figure that out.
Yeah.
Because they are going to shorten the career of Joe Burrow if they keep letting him be really under duress the way they let that and allow that to happen there. That's a different story, side topic. Right. But the Patriots defense, as advertised, Keon White having the breakout that we've all hoped he would have, that the loss of Judon, not having Barmore, didn't impact them one bit. That pass rush yesterday was legit. It was relentless late in the game.
How about Gonzalez?
They never let up. Christian Gonzalez, gamer, as we said. I've told you over and over again, his preseason didn't concern me. It didn't worry me. And on day one, he proves that belief is warranted because when the lights turn on, Christian Gonzalez shows up and plays and can defend against the best guys in the sport.
He was Stephon Gilmore yesterday.
That's what he did.
He stood over the ball and looked for Chase and then went and lined up on him. Now, did he give him a cushion? Yeah. And did Chase get 6 catches? Yes.
He had that one play for, 35 yards? It was the only 20-plus yard play. Yeah. Oh, is that what it was?
I think it was 28.
But I felt like 35.
But that was zone cover, too, and it was Juwan Bentley on the slot.
It was a mismatch. It was Juwan Bentley. Right. One play.
So
they gave up one play of 20-plus yards in this game.
True.
They created turnovers. They were physical.
Yeah.
That defense, to me, is, again, no step back. Game plan was great. They did everything that you hoped they would be, and that's the thing that gives me hope that they can replicate what they did yesterday in other games. That, to me, is where I say that can be something that's consistent. That's something you'll see every week. The offense being efficient, no, I don't know about that. I don't know if we're going to get that every single week. But the defense, that's something I feel like, okay, you can bank on that. That's real. No step back. Did they look like they missed Bill Belichick on defense yesterday?
No.
Not one bit.
Nope. They were ready to go.
Game plan was good. They showed up ready to go. They were prepared to go into a tough environment on the road and play well. They were, taking care of business, playing to their strength. Their weakness did not hurt them, and that is their offensive course.
I thought they were organized, and I told you I was going to watch the sideline and, count things down. 6 minutes left in the game. I'm like, they got to run this twice here, and they did it. And we'll get to the whole, game part of it. But no problems on the sideline. Communication was great. Substitutions were great. There was no 12 men on the field. There was no penalties, really. Really no penalties in the game except for the grab on the PI.
Well, the opening kickoff, I'm like, oh, my God, this is going to be a disaster all day long. And then they cleaned it up. Yeah.
What else do you think about it, McCone?
I thought it was a great win. I'm with you. I'm excited about the offense. You didn't make any mistakes. That's what you had to do last year. That was an improvement over last season. It was. Like, that's what you need from we know they're not going to be the 2007 Patriots. I get that. But Jacoby Brissett picking up some key third downs with his legs, I thought was huge to keep some drives alive. Yeah. And you didn't make that back-breaking, critical mistake that we saw time and time and time again last season. That's a step forward. That's an improvement. It is.
It's not enough to win games, though. It's not.
But it's enough not to lose games. You were losing games because of your offense last season.
That's fair. But you're not winning games with that offense yesterday, throwing for 120 yards.
He almost had a pick, too, on the Hunter Henry corner route. Like, he threw that off his back foot. Like,
that was a bad decision that he made, and he didn't pay for it. Lucky on that. That was a bad throw, bad decision, really.
Yep.
Rhamondre Stevenson, offensively, is everything. He's everything to that offense. Rhamondre Stevenson had one fewer yard rushing than Jacoby Brissett did throwing.
Balanced. But again,
no, your running back is not supposed to have a similar yard total to your quarterback. That's not how that works. So that's not balanced.
So they ran.
Rhamondre Stevenson was
balanced
beast yesterday. Was an absolute beast in this game and helped them close it out. And that to me is the guy on this offense. It is not their ability to scheme it up and throw the football. And no, I'm sorry, Jacoby Brissett with his feet was great. Like, that was nice.
Yeah, I thought the adjustments that Van Pelt made in this game were really good. You mentioned Rhamondre. They ran one zone stretch run to that right side, and what happened? He got tackled for a 2-yard loss. They canned it. They went right back to power, right back to counter, right up the middle. There was about 4 or 5 runs. There was no blocking, and he was touched in the backfield, and he still got positive yards.
And that's all
pretty much that whole final drive.
That's all him.
Yeah. That's the guy from 2 years ago. Like I said at the end of the game, put him in bubble wrap. See you next Sunday.
I would not put him in bubble wrap on game days, though.
Oh, right? No.
I would not limit him. I would feed him the ball and feed him and feed him and feed him all day long. Yes, between now and next Sunday, he doesn't have to practice. You want the whole week off? Great.
Did he have a victory
Take a
Monday?
break.
See you Wednesday.
They're in the building. They're in the building today.
Yes.
Yeah. Who was that Chiefs running back in like the mid-2000s, like Larry Johnson that had like 400 carries during that?
Run him into the ground.
Baby.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. You need him.
He's better the more you feed
Le'Veon
him.
Bell.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He is going to be the true bell cow back for this team because they need him.
Oh, God, yeah.
I'm just not quick to go over the top on AVP. They
But
threw
you got to admit that
121. Is that the number? Double checking. Please hold. Yeah, they threw.
Would you think he was going to throw for 300?
I mean, but is it okay to expect like 200, 250?
You didn't need it yesterday.
2024.
You didn't need it yesterday. You were chewing clock and you were running the football.
Okay,
and they were coming.
You didn't need it only because your defense was so good.
Yeah.
Sure,
and that's why I'm not getting caught up in the 16 points. The fewest amount of points that any team in the NFL that won a game scored this weekend. So, just keep it in your pants a little bit. So on the offense,
but I mean,
that's all. They were efficient. They took care of the ball. Those are nice things. Those are good, but that is not going to win them games. Their defense is the only thing that they're going to be able to win games with.
I said that Friday.
And I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
They look great.
You should be.
Yes.
They look like they are well coached and organized. How about special teams? 2 years of turmoil on special
How
teams.
about our caller on Schooler last week?
Nailed it.
Holy crap.
Schooler with a great start.
Joe Cardona causing fumbles. Like, he doesn't even go down really under kicks. He's covering kicks. Helmet on the ball. Ball's out.
Let's talk about the importance of this to Jerod Mayo and his start. Rookie head coach gets a win in his opener. Gatorade bath for Jerod Mayo. We'll get into that. Your calls, your reaction to this. Oh, my God, are we going to have a football season now?
Hey, I got a text from somebody.
What do you got?
Got a text from one of my buddies.
No, it's
from one of my buddies. He said, hey, how did the Chargers win yesterday? Justin Herbert threw for 144 yards. True. But don't you think throughout the course of the year he's going to throw for 300 multiple times? And I think that's your problem. Not that you have a problem, but you know that What if they get down by 10? What if they get down by 14? But I don't think today is for that because maybe they can throw it. Like, they kept sending bigs in. They went 3 tackles at times. And Jerod said it after the game, or was it Jacoby? You know the personnel group coming in. We're telling the whole stadium that we're going to run it. They know it. We know it. And we still ran it. And they stuck with it. They stuck with what was working yesterday, and that was big. I mean, one-shot play. It was a bad route and a bad throw.
It was efficient.
Yeah, it was efficient.
Yesterday. It was efficient. Take care of the ball.
Yep.
And Jacoby Brissett bailed him out with some great third down plays that he made, especially with his feet. Awesome.
Was he better than you thought?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you know what he was? He was what I expected him to be before having watched him kind of have not such a great camp at the end and not such a great preseason appearance with that bad pick. This is kind of what you should have expected when they signed him.
That's what he should give you. What he gave you yesterday is what he should give you on a consistent basis.
I don't know
if he can do that.
I don't know that he will, though.
Well, we'll see. You got one under your belt.
He took some shots yesterday, too.
He did, man. He is tough. I do like that about him. He is a tough dude. He can take hits. He's not afraid to take hits. I wish he had gotten down on that slide.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah. Got him right in the upper back, too. I thought the biggest hit of the day on him was after a throw. He threw it, and it was to the left sideline, and that Wilson linebacker came up, drilled him after it, and I thought it could have been a flag. It was a pretty dirty, not a dirty play, but real physical.
He left himself so vulnerable on that slide. Yeah, but I love this play. We're watching a play.
That's where he got hit, right there.
Where he was able to scramble to his left and get the ball out of bounds because he got hit right away and was able to stay on his feet. Oh, God, that hurts like hell. Come on, Jacoby, save yourself.
He tried to. He slid.
I know. I know. Hey, how big is this for Jerod Mayo? How big is this for his program? I think you couldn't ask for a better result yesterday.
Couldn't ask for a better one. I think, I don't want to call it ridicule for the whole year, but when a decision was made to go with him and Bill left, did they go about it the right way? Did he hire the right coaches? Does he know any coaches on offense? Are these Jerod Mayo guys? You watch that sideline yesterday, the entire operation looked like Mayo guys. This is a big one for Mayo. It is. You're on the road.
I wouldn't say it validates his hiring, but here's what it does. It sends a message to players that we're not losers. We're not a tanking loser team. Matthew Judon left. We traded him. He didn't want to be here. No big deal. Didn't matter. We traded him because we wanted the guys who wanted to be here. You can sell that message now. So that stuff that happened in the summer is gone and out the window. The Drake May conversation for the time being is dead. Mm-hmm. And he can sit there and say, guys, if you do what we ask you to do every week and you follow the game plan and you limit your mistakes and you're not getting penalized, we can go out and beat some of the best teams in the league. And he can say that about this win because it was the Bengals.
Yeah. And a good quarterback.
We can go on the road, and as long as we're prepared and you're buying in, we've got a chance. He can say this. I don't know how realistic it is, but he can tell these guys today, we can win any week we go out and play. And we can do it in our home building. We can do it on the road. We can do that. You've just got to show up and put in the work. Follow the game plan. Let's limit our mistakes. Let's be efficient. Let's do this.
You know who
and the players love him. Mm-hmm. I mean, that to me is apparent.
Yeah.
They love the guy.
I think David Andrews summed it up the best, in the postgame there in fifth quarter. He said the buy-in, and just understanding, hey, this is our job. Just do this and you're going to be okay. We're not overanalyzing things. We're not thinking. We're just going out there and playing. And I think the buy-in, Peppers talked about it. They all talked about it. We bought in. He's our guy. And it seems like they're playing hard for him. And they should. They should. And what it showed, they had a pretty hard camp. Now, there was no contact. We were down there every day. There's really no contact at camp. But those were long, grueling practices. It felt like mentally it weighed on them. They ran to hills at the end of it. And you could tell they were the better conditioned team yesterday. There was a lot of teams that played ball this week that really weren't ready to go. They didn't look like themselves. Tired. Chase was walking around all day. Burrow was walking around. The whole sideline was dead. Their sideline was dead yesterday. And you took energy on the road. The biggest thing, going to their building, the whole place was orange. They were ramped up. They were hammered. They were tailgating. They were ready to go, and the football team wasn't. Fans were ready. Football team wasn't. Not like that. That's fun, calling that type of game. You know how many bad games Bob and I called last year? When I said, hey, this is good for us. Like, every second we're in this game, man. And it was like the biggest play. Every play was a big play. Because you could have lost it on any play and you could have won it on any play. They did their job.
Speaking of Mayo, do we have any moments in-game to judge him on? As an in-game head coach yesterday.
End of the game. I think the end of the game. Because I think around 6:11, I started talking about this because I looked up and I'm like, okay, I'm looking at all the timeouts that they have. Here's a way that if they don't start burning their timeouts, because you still had the lead, I said, run it. And then they picked up the third down. They reset the sticks again, and they took the clock down to about like 3.5.
3:14 was the final play of that drive, which was the punt, when they punted away with 3:14 to go, and that was after the field goal by Cincinnati. Were you nervous at that point? It was 16-10.
Yes.
With 6+ minutes to go.
Yes, because they went down the field in, 4 minutes? Mm-hmm. That one drive they had, and it looked like Burrow finally got in the rhythm there in that fourth quarter. He was off early, but I think they settled in. And that makes you nervous because they got some firepower. Chase could kill you on any play. And Gonzalez, I don't want to say he negated him, but he didn't give up any big plays. He didn't. You know they wanted to take shots, too. That's a team that pushes the ball downfield. And you frustrated the quarterback. He looked like he wasn't seeing things great early in that game. I thought the fronts, multiple fronts, Mayo talked about this too. We mixed things up, coverages, gave them different looks. There were times they had 3 safeties on the field, times they had 6 DBs on the field, rushing with 4. They got pressure with 4 yesterday, and that's huge.
The other moment I remember, at least, and Zoe, you wouldn't have seen it, but Evan Washburn did an interview with Jerod Mayo in the second quarter prior to 3rd and goal. And it didn't get to that point, but it seemed like he was going to go for it on 4th down, if that, based on his answer right there, which I like. Going for the throat, going for the win, being aggressive there if it was going to be 4th down. It seemed like Mayo was set to go for that and not just settle for a field goal, which I did like.
Jerod Mayo, big day for him. Undefeated as a head coach in the National Football League.
No losses.
1-0.
Never lost.
Doesn't that help with the buy-in not to be like 0-4, 0-5 here? And
yes.
It's like,
this win, even if they lose their next 2, this win will still carry some weight. It will. It buys him a lot of time.
Players should be more excited for him this week because you're at home. It's your home opener in front of your fans, in front of your family. This is the one you got to go out there and double down on it. Get to 2-0 going into the Jet week.
If they open 2-0
against the Jets on a Thursday,
I mean,
I'll take a chance.
It's just would be so shocking from what I thought this team was going to be.
Everybody had him at 3 wins. Most people in this region had him at 3 and 4
I got him at 4
wins.
now. Yeah. I got him at 4.
I got him at least 7.
They won one that I didn't expect. I get what you're saying. Shouldn't you totally adjust? I don't know. It's week 1. We got to see. I want a little bit bigger of a sample size before you say the whole season has changed. But what a great start. Yeah, I just want to enjoy this for the week. To watch a game yesterday, guys, to sit down and watch a Patriots game that from start to finish was competitive and engaging and fun to watch. Oh, my God. How long has it been? It's been too damn long.
3 years. 3 years like that.
Because it's tough to have that when the season is already sunk.
Yeah.
Right? And now it's a brand new day.
Celine Dion.
Brand new.
A new day.
A new day.
A new day has come.
Sting had a brand new day song, right?
Every moment.
I can't think of the tune, but I know.
I don't think anyone knows what the words to that song are.
Brand new day. Yeah.
Doesn't you two have one too?
That's Beautiful Day.
It's a beautiful day.
That too. It's a beautiful day. It's a new day.
Hey, if you like that clip, check out more videos from Zolak and Bertrand right here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.